You cannot fight the night. You light it with a candle, and the night disappears on its own. This is where many seekers struggle. They begin to observe themselves, and then what they see, they do not like. They find anger, fear, lust, envy, pride, and then they try to fight those things. They resist, suppress, condemn, all with a sense of nobility because they believe that they are improving. But when you fight the darkness, you only give it more life. The ego feeds on attention, mixed with identification, believing this is me. Whether you indulge in the ego or you resist it by trying to fight it, either way, it still grows. This is how some students can turn self-observation into still feeding ego, believe it or not. The practice in those moments of self-observation has ceased. The light of consciousness has dimmed because they got trapped. So whether you indulge in it or resist it, they are both forms of identification. Because in both cases, your energy is trapped in it. The only way out is to see it without becoming it. If you see it and become it, you've lost the observation. You must remain steadfast and patient to become the quiet witness that brings awareness into what was hidden. Because if you discover what was hidden, immediately it will hide or find a way to hide. Because what is hidden often knows you better than you know yourself. That's why a great person once said, "The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek." Why do we fear to enter the cave? Because the cave knows how to scare us. The cave is not scary in itself, but the cave knows us. It is hiding self-knowledge. That's why in this work, you have to have a certain level of courage and bravery and readiness. Now, when you truly observe a defect, whether it's anger, pride, fear, and you do so without judgment, also without justification, and without rejection, no added story on top of it, no added story of identification, but you truly see it, then something subtle happens inside. You can feel in that moment two forces. The mechanical force of the ego and the silent light of consciousness observing it. That light is not emotion. It is not another thought. It is pure seeing. It is the gaze of the being through you. The masters call this the light of the consciousness. The power the natural power of awareness to dissolve illusion. So when a thought or emotion arises, don't fight it, but don't also feed it. Don't fall into an endless feedback loop. Just see it completely. Let the light of observation fall upon it. And at first, it might feel as though nothing is changing. That's why we fall into identification. We say, I see this, but nothing changed. So you give up. You didn't stay true to the practice. Stay true to the light of the consciousness. But in truth, when you begin to see yourself, you are only seeing one aspect, one perspective, one dimension. The journey, the path continues. There are many faces of a mountain, many faces of a picture, many ways to understand it. So you have to persevere, continue. If you've been doing the practices from the past few videos and you became discouraged, now you know, just continue. This is a life's work. Esoterically, this is known as the great work. So you see new patterns, you recognize ego that you don't like, and you feel like it's not changing. But in truth, the fire of understanding is already working within you. The fact that you can see it, that you became aware of it. So remember, every moment of real observation weakens the false and strengthens the true. Every moment. This is not imagination. It is inner alchemy. Transmutation of unconscious energy into consciousness. So here's the practice for the next few days. Whenever you feel an emotion rise, anger, desire, anxiety, resentment, any psychological pattern of ego, don't suppress it. Don't act it out. Stop, breathe, observe. You don't need to resist it, and you also don't need to let it take over you. You don't need to act it out. Just stop, breathe, observe. Become still for a moment. You can do it even when you're busy doing something else. This is an internal practice. And when you stop, and you breathe, and you observe, become aware of your presence, and feel its vibration in your body. Don't resist it. Feel the vibration of this particular ego or pattern within you. Feel it. Become aware, fully aware of how it feels in the body. And also feel its movement in your mind. And then silently say, I see you. Simple, a simple way. I see you. That's all. Not with condemnation, but with understanding. We're not fighting the night, remember. Just, I see you. That phrase itself carries light. When you say, I see you, to an ego, you're no longer inside it. You are bringing the light of awareness into the shadow. It's like if there was a thief living in your house that you didn't know. He's been trying to hide for so many years. You open the door, find him, and you say, aha, I see you. What will that ego do? He's going to run away. It's just like when a cloud disappears from the sky, when the light from the sun heats the air enough. This is how the ego begins to lose its grip. Not through violence, but through comprehension. And not intellectual comprehension, but a higher intelligence which derives directly from the light of consciousness. So remember this: you cannot purify yourself through war, force, and violence, but through light. You don't fight the darkness, you illuminate it. To see, to truly see, is to understand. To understand is to be free. And that light, that silent, watchful awareness, is not something that you create. It is what you are. It is the being remembering itself through you.